giving rise to speculations of Operation Lotus and resort politics.
The results are not out yet, but political parties in Karnataka are busy working on backup plans in case the elections throw up a hung assembly. The BJP already has a plan B ready and its leaders are talking about it openly, sparking speculation about another season of Operation Lotus.
BJP is full majority, I think. One thing, we will form the government. BJP form the government. If anything happens, we will see B plan also. So that decided by the central government.
Sources tell India Today, the state BJP has requested Union Home Minister Amit Shah to reach Bengaluru by Saturday evening if no party manages to get majority. Sources claim the BJP has shortlisted possible winners from opposition parties and is likely to approach first-time Congress and JDS MLAs. The BJP, according to sources, will be considering options of forming government even if the Congress gets a slender majority. Karnataka Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai, though, is confident of getting the required majority.
Even I say that there is no chance for an assembly. We will win with comfortable majority. 1 year they only ruled, no? 1 year it was a coalition government and it failed miserably.
Sir, DK Shivkumar says that
it is they did the unholy alliances.
The Congress, which many exit polls have given an edge, is aware of the dangers lurking. The party's top leaders met on Friday to chart their plan of action.
See, Operation Lotus has been originated and mastered in Karnataka. So if you read through the Karnataka political history, we have this black mark on us saying that the origin of Operation Lotus started in Karnataka. But having said that, we have to be careful. We'll keep our flock together.
The self-proclaimed joker in the pack, the JDS is claiming offers from both BJP and Congress.
Both the parties have really approached us. Both the parties know that JDS is really going to play a significant role in the decision after the post result. So we are definitely keeping our ideas of development of Karnataka as a primary factor, and definitely we would announce it at an appropriate time.
Whether any party wins majority or not, the BJP open claims of Plan B means Karnataka could see some resort politics yet again.
well, with just 24 hours more to go for the big day that's going to decide the future of Karnataka, make no mistake, Karnataka is one such state where both the parties give as good as they get. With video journalist Shivashankar, Anaka Keshav for India Today, Bengaluru.
So on the eve of counting, is the BJP getting a little jittery? Some of its leaders openly saying that an operation could be afoot. What is that operation? Well, we're going to try and get a bigger understanding. Joining me this evening, Sanju Verma, National Spokesperson, Bharatiya Janata Party, Bhavya Krishnamurthy, Spokesperson, Congress. But before I go across to our political guests, I want to bring in Naga Arjun Dwarkanath live from Bengaluru. Naga, what does it look like? Let's leave the exit poll aside of what is predicted. But is there a possibility for both houses, and what you're picking up from both the BJP and the Congress? Tomorrow could very well have you either reporting from maybe a Chhattisgarh, Rajasthan, or an Assam, Guwahati.
You have forgotten Himachal Pradesh also, Preeti.
They'd be happy with Himachal. Go ahead. Yeah, well, Naga. Yeah.
Move to Himachal, I get a trip to Shimla also. But yeah, on a lighter note, that's the talk here. But anyways, BJP seems to be on a jittery mood right now, because it was one of the senior minister, Mr. R. Ashok, who spoke on record saying that there's also Plan B, that politicians are not science. Till 24 hours before, when the voting was being done, Congress, the BJP was saying that they would be getting 125 to 130, including Mr. BSY, who went on record. But now, senior ministers in the cabinet are getting internal reports from the booth karyakartas that they would be somewhere between 95 to 105, and that's where they need independence, and also if they go below 95, they need JDS as well. And if not, the last option is to poach MLAs. Remember, in 2019, they poached 17 of the BJP, Congress and JDS MLAs. If they poached 17 of them, 25 is not a big number, is what they feel. But the Congress is quite sure that they are crossing the 113 mark. I've spoken to at least 10 senior Congress netas, and most of them believe that either they fall short of 3 or 4 maximum, or they're just scraping through 113. That's the news coming in from the Congress party here. BJP also is quite confident, like the Chief Minister is quite confident that he would cross the halfway mark. While you speak to the individual MLAs in Northern Karnataka, they feel that the party might be falling short of just few numbers.
The party might be falling short of just few numbers. So both parties are, what is the Congress saying, Naga? Could there be a possibility that fearing an Operation Lotus already plans afoot?
Well, Congress has learned the bitter way after 2019. They have learned what is BJP capable of. They also are in touch with independents. Independents are in more demand than Kumaraswamy for once today. At least for today, the independents have been approached by both the parties to be on standby to support whoever comes. And they've also started giving them promises that we would be making you ministers. And if that also, even with independents, if the 113 mark is not crossed, the last option for Congress is also JDS. But JDS, we all know that they are good at negotiating. Whoever offers Kumaraswamy the chief minister post, JDS is likely to go with them.
All right, Naga, appreciate you joining us. It's a big day tomorrow. We're going to see you 6 a.m. on. Have a restful night's sleep, because if the scenario turns out to what we're discussing, the next couple of weeks, again, you never know what really goes down. Thank you, Naga, for joining us. Cutting across right now to our political panelist, Sanju Verma. Mr. R. Ashok is not a junior leader, not a Karyakarta, a leader of his stature to go ahead and say, if we don't get majority, there could be an operation. What is this operation, madam?
Preeti, we are barely a few hours away from the actual results. And as they say in Hindi, कुछ ही घंटों में दूध का दूध पानी का पानी हो जाएगा. I, with no offense to none, have this to say. In fact, Access India Today Group has given us the lowest number in terms of the lower end of the range. You've said the BJP will get between 62 to 80 seats, and the Congress will get between 122 to 140. I will not go into the fact that last time also in 2018, Access India Today gave us between 79 to 92, and to the Congress it gave between 106 to 118. So I hope that the consistency is maintained, and this time again will spring a positive surprise. Be that as it may,
Madam, I want to come in when you talk about consistency. You were on my show one day after Gujarat exit polls, and you said, I completely agree with your exit poll. Preeti, Access My India, India Today has got it bang on by giving the maximum to the BJP.
Preeti, let me finish.
Yes.
You have not even given me a chance to complete. I was coming to that. I was coming to the fact that by and large, when it came to even Uttarakhand, Uttar Pradesh, forget Gujarat, the Access India Today poll numbers have been largely correct. Now, why Karnataka stands out as an outlier, I was coming to that, is basically because, Preeti, again I say I'm not a psephologist, but I'm using basic arithmetic and common sense, and I find that people have not been able to give credit to the BJP for the fact that even with a 36 or a 37 or a 38% vote share, we were at 36.35% in 2018, and Congress was at 38.14. I'm saying BJP has the ability to translate even a lower vote share into higher number of votes, whereas Preeti, in 20 seconds, if you notice, the Congress got a thumping majority in 2013. They won 122 seats, and we were reduced to 40 seats. But if you recall, when they got 122 seats, their vote share was actually 36.6%. And come 2018,
Madam,
their vote share had gone up.
Sanju Verma, the political map in 2013 was very, okay, I'll tell you why. Why that happened? Because the political map in 2013 was very different, and I would reckon your party knows that best, because your own party man today had formed his own political party. So that would explain the vote share of the Congress with what you're trying to justify the current political situation.
This is not done, Preeti. Let me make my point, then you can rebut.
Ma'am,
point.
Quickly, ma'am, make your point. I want to go across to the Congress. Make your point.
Yes. And I think one thing which no pollster seems to be talking about, while I watch India Today by and large, because your poll analysis is superb, I think people forgot to give credit to the so-called silent voters, the women voters in Uttar Pradesh and in Uttarakhand, and this time again in Karnataka. Remember, Preeti, and we will have a discussion on this, I'm sure, tomorrow. In 2018, only in 67 out of the 224 seats, women were in majority. Now, women are in majority in 112 of the 224 seats. That is in 50% of the seats.
Right.
Women have a dominant voice compared to 30% of the seats in 2018 when women had a dominant voice.
Right.
And that will be the swing factor for BJP.
Okay, but Sanju Verma, as per at least our exit poll, and you're right, actually it's not 112, it's about 104 seats where women are more than men. But as per at least our exit poll, where women vote is concerned, Congress is leading the women vote by over 8%. As per our exit poll. But
We'll find out tomorrow.
yes, we'll find out tomorrow. I totally, you're completely right. But, there's a larger question to it. Are you still fearing that it could be a hung house? And if it is, there's an operation underfoot. And I will bring in my our Congress counterpart on that. Bhavya Krishnamurthy, you've learnt it the hard way in 2019 on what the BJP is capable of. What is it that the Congress has in plan?
For a minister holding a constitutional position to say that they will be performing operation, which is totally unconstitutional and against people mandate, shows how much arrogance this corrupt money has made these ministers of Karnataka BJP. I was there in the debate yesterday when Mr. R. Ashok, the sitting minister of the government, said something so atrocious. That's not acceptable by the people of Karnataka. People will give a good mandate. They will make sure Congress will come in full majority. Whether it is your exit poll or majority of exit polls have given us full majority. Some of them simple and some of them absolute majority. And we are very sure this time people of Karnataka will teach BJP a lesson that, all this horse trading doesn't work here.
But Ms. Krishnamurthy,
they will be teaching them a lesson
but
against
Ms.
the
Krishnamurthy, the fact is, even your leaders in Karnataka, some of them seem to suggest that you'd just about be going over the halfway mark, which is not auguring well for the Congress. And if that happens, does the Congress have a plan B is the question. The BJP surely does. Do you have a plan B? What are you going to do?
Every leader, starting from our president to CLP leader, and all the exit polls have actually said we will come in full majority. There is no need of a plan B, to be honest. Even if there is one, we are definitely not going to take any unconstitutional way, the way suggested by a BJP minister. That's for sure. We respect the people of Karnataka and their mandate, and we are very sure they respect the Constitution of India and the ones who
Bhavya Krishnamurthy, as I bring in Sanju Verma, today's politics is very, very different from respecting the mandate as well. You've got to do what it takes, Sam, Dam, Dan, Bhed. And the sheer fact that you say that we don't have a plan B could be alarming for many of the people who voted for you. But having said that,
we don't have a plan B. I said we don't need a plan B because
you don't need a plan B. Madam, you never know what goes down tomorrow when that last vote is counted.
Okay. Whatever is allowed in the constitutional, unlike this arrogant minister that they said.
Okay, Sanju Verma, my question to you is, again, I'll ask you that same question, ma'am. A cabinet minister, somebody who's not just a cadre or a flag-bearing member of your party, goes ahead and says that an operation can be done. Madam, what can that operation be? Can you elucidate for us?
Preeti, I have to admire your consistency and I'm not being sarcastic. You are talking about an operation. Now, please, indulge me. I saw you, Rahul and Rajdeep, on the exit poll day, and Mr. Yediyurappa, who I think is the tallest leader by far in Karnataka across parties. You, Rajdeep and Rahul repeatedly asked him the same question, at least 6 times, if not more. What is going to be the BJP's tally on the final day? Do you think there will be the need for another alliance with the JDS or independents? And he kept repeating one thing with great consistency without batting an eyelid. He said, we will have a majority and we will form the government. We will have a majority, we will form the government. I say this.
Ma'am, let him finish, I'll come back to you. Let Ms. Verma finish. Ms. Krishnamurthy, there's no point getting into this. Madam, hear me out. Let her finish, I'm coming right back to you.
Please don't get rattled. I did not heckle you, show the same courtesy.
Yes, Ms. Verma, go ahead, please make your point.
Thank you. Now forget about what, an R. Ashok says or Mr. Sudhakar says. He's the health minister, obviously, and not just another Tom, Dick and Harry. And you rightly said he's a leader in his own right. I want to ask one thing very clearly. Which is the Achilles heel for the BJP across pollsters? I have taken the average of 11 pollsters, and they are saying we will maybe get 12 seats, 13 seats, at best 14 seats in old Mysore and Mandya region. And I think this is where we will have made huge inroads, because Preeti, don't forget, in 2018 we had no Vocaliga leaders to speak of in the larger sense of the term. Today we have Mr. Ashwath Narayan, we have Mr. K. Sudhakar, we have Mr. R. Ashok, and I think since people say politics is about perception, 10 seconds, the Congress has been in power in Karnataka on a standalone basis or in alliance in the state for the largest number of years. It took a Narendra Modi to finally install a 108-seat tall statue of Nada Prabhu Kempe Gowda, the biggest Vocaliga leader.
Sanjay Verma, as I cut across to the Congress spokesperson, I want to go across to the Congress spokesperson, but this question I'm going to ask you, and this I will record, Ms. Verma. You are saying you will, hear the question out. You are saying it's going to be full majority, and whatever happens, I want to ask you, will the BJP indulge in any operation at all? Lotus, non-Lotus? Will the BJP stick by everything where the playbook of the constitution is concerned? Yes or no,
Preeti,
madam?
Preeti, let me be very clear. I quoted what Mr. Yediyurappa said. At the same time, if you ask me, and if I have to go by the average of the top 11 pollsters, they are giving BJP 96, the average for Congress is 102. For independents, it's about 4 seats, and for the JDU, it is about 24.
Sanju Verma, I will ask you this question again. Will the BJP, whatever the numbers are, will it get into conducting any sort of operation? It could be anything. Yes or no?
I want to ask you, Preeti, since you're a seasoned anchor now, sometimes you have to indulge the BJP spokesperson. When we win, we are put in the dockyard.
Madam,
if we don't win, we are still put in the dockyard. Preeti, can I at least finish?
Please.
You asked me a question. I want to say one thing. Is the BJP constitutionally well within its right to look for a post-poll alliance, yes or no? Or is that privilege only the prerogative of a DK Shivkumar who takes Congress MLAs to a hotel outside of Bengaluru and is involved in a 700 crore money laundering
Sanju
scheme?
Verma, I'm going to bring in Ms. Krishnamurthy, but there's a huge difference between post-poll alliance and poaching. They might both begin with P, but very, very different. Bhavya Krishnamurthy,
Please ask that
you
question
wanted
to
to come
the
and go
Congress
ahead.
also.
Okay, so going by what the BJP spokesperson said, I was there in the same debate where Mr. Ashok made this statement. He literally said, even if we are the second largest party to come to have the second largest number of seats, we will form the government with or without coalition, and we have started the Karya Charane. That means operation is what he said. Let me make it very clear. You can go back to the video and check if the BJP spokesperson would want to do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bhavya Krishnamurthy, I want to ask you, will the Congress embark in any operation at all if you fall short of numbers?
Like I said, for a minister to say something like this unconstitutional and unethical, Congress has always been the guard of constitution, and we will always stick by the constitution of India.
So we are not going to see any of your MLAs being moved to
Everything that
resorts?
is allowed in the constitution.
We are not going to see, Ms. Krishnamurthy, we are not going to see any of your MLAs being ushered into resorts?
Can you please repeat it?
Will we see or not any of your MLAs being ushered into resorts, Ms. Krishnamurthy?
If that happens, that is only to make sure our MLAs are safe and this BJP doesn't perform its dirty operation.
Look at the hypocrisy. Look at the hypocrisy. If you do it, it's constitutional.
May I? Okay, we don't know tomorrow. With that, I'd like to close the show. There's no point getting into, there's no point. Nobody can really hear both of you talking together. But thank you, ladies, for joining us. We'll only know tomorrow when that last vote is counted, whether resorts are needed or not, whether there is an operation or poaching. We'll only know tomorrow on what the cards predict where Karnataka is concerned. Thank you for watching. Up next is Rahul Kanwar.
Shiv Sena BJP government getting a massive respite in top court.
That the governor cannot act upon an inference that he has drawn that a section of the Shiv Sena wished to withdraw their support to the government on the floor of the House.
The Eknath Shinde government surviving the bruising Sena versus Sena war. A big blow to former Maharashtra Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray. The Supreme Court nipped his ambition to come back as Maha CM, referring to his move to quit as CM and not face trust vote amid desertion from Sena in June 2022, adding that it can't overturn a voluntary resignation.
This court cannot quash a resignation that has been submitted voluntarily. Had Mr. Thackeray refrained from resigning from the post of the Chief Minister, this court could have considered the grant of the remedy of reinstating the government headed by him.
The Supreme Court, however, recognized illegality by the governor and the speaker in ordering a trust motion, appointing a new Shiv Sena whip illegally. While Uddhav Thackeray called it a moral victory, the BJP mocked his claim. Chief Minister Shinde and Uddhav also sparred over who is the real traitor. The then Maharashtra Governor Bhagat Singh Koshyari and sitting Maharashtra Speaker defended their role.
मैं राजनीतिक मसलों से अपने को बहुत दूर रखता हूं और जो मसला सुप्रीम कोर्ट में था उस मसले पर सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने अपना निर्णय दे दिया है। उस निर्णय पर जो कानूनविद हैं वही अपनी राय व्यक्त करेंगे। मुझे नहीं लगता कि मैं चूँकि कानून का विद्यार्थी हूँ नहीं, मैं केवल संसदीय परंपराएं जानता हूँ और विधायी परंपराएं जानता हूँ। उस हिसाब से मैंने जिस समय जो भी कदम लिए सोच समझ के लिए।
Has the Supreme Court verdict, instead of setting the Sena versus Sena war, only renewed the bitter Maharashtra rivalry?
The Supreme Court very clearly saying that had Mr. Thackeray not resigned, the situation could have been different. But with the leader of the largest party, the party with the most number of legislators in the assembly extending support to Eknath Shinde, the governor was in fact justified in asking him to form the government. Clearly, legally, politically, questions have been answered in a very, very different terms. The Supreme Court making a delicate balance between what was correct, what is the law, and what was done in Maharashtra politics. With cameraman Ridul in New Delhi, this is Anisha Mathur for India Today.
Why does this happen? Let me tell you the science behind it.
For more informative videos like this, keep watching India Today News Mode.
Is the largest domestic stock market player, reportedly with enough clout to set the direction on Dalal Street, and also a white knight to several listed companies in trouble. Life Insurance Corporation of India, or LIC as it is better known as, holds shares of more than 10 lakh crore rupees, making it the kingmaker of the Indian stock markets. In the spotlight recently,